Alright, so this is my very first Fall of the Samurai online battle against a guy I know. And when he set up his avatar, he unknowingly created a Shogun avatar. So all of his units are the classic Shogun units. So, old school samurai. And a whole bunch of Yari samurai. So I thought, no big deal. I'll just set my guys up and wait for him to walk into my troops. Bullets beat spears, right? So my guys are trying to capture the various buildings which give perks. Meanwhile, I figured I probably wouldn't need all my units to hold off the enemy on my flank, so I kept some in reserve back here. In fact, I kept a lot of them in reserve. And on my left flank, I just kind of set up my units and waited for him to cross the river and come to me.
Moving forward, my lord!
So, right off the bat, I don't know if you can spot the problem, but there's a hill in my way, so by the time I can shoot at him, he will be very close. This is a little better. See how close they're getting and my troops aren't firing? There we go. That's about the point where I realized my mistake, and had them run. These guys are doing a little better, but still not really good enough. So I bring up my general to try and, I don't know, do something.
Your general is under attack.
Distract him, maybe. But he decides better. So this unit's a loss. But they'll put up a little bit of a fight. Meanwhile, he continues to chase me across the river. Now at this point, I'm just throwing my cavalry at him to try and just slow him down. I need to reform my lines, which I've got some of going on here. So I'm kinda sorta starting to contain them here on the right. Got a nice firing lineup. These mounted guys kinda set me back a bit though. But I set up yet another line back here. So basically I just keep falling back and setting up new lines that can fire into the troops that are engaged in front of them. Oh, and I guess he's engaging me over here, too. That's what I was hoping would happen on both flanks, but only on this flank. But they still have to fall back. Meanwhile, my gunfire is finally starting to have good effect.
You have triumphed over the enemy!
So, things are starting to look up for me. Lesson learned, though, when fighting decent melee troops is you kind of have to have lines of reinforcement. You have to be able to fall back and have other people behind you that are going to shoot, because your front line will not be able to rout the enemy. Unless if you have really great troops and kneel fire and all kinds of crap, which I do not have, because this was my first match.
Engage the enemy!
My orders, Lord!
Fall back! Fall back!
And that's all she wrote. Not Mace's fault. He kind of got stuck with some really hard to handle troops. He pretty much had to run all his guys at me, and he did the best he could.